Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sandbox Wednesday stream. I am Alex Florez, aka Kamisazi, joined here in voice, mind, body, and soul by Lucas's right. How you doing, Lucas?
I am doing very well today, Alex. How are you?
I am ecstatic because we just
Tell
got
us more.
Game Maker 0.8.3. New version of the Game Maker dropped today, and it's a smaller update. Not too much to talk about, but some pretty cool stuff.
Okay.
Let's just check if there's any other news going on here. Let's take a look at the Sandbox website here. So
Ooh,
there
we
is
got a land sale.
Yeah, we got a land sale open until June 12th. Oh, it opened today.
The
May
raffle.
24th?
It opened. Yeah, it
Oh,
opened
the
earlier
raffle.
today.
All right, so raffle registration ends in 13 days, so lots of time for you to get in there. 212 regular lands, 8 estates on auction, 42 premium lands, and 11 auctioned lands. So definitely check that out. That's right on the homepage. If you go to sandbox.game.
Also, I'm going to drop a link for it in the chat. Boom.
Interesting question from Paul Life Made Me. Lucas, can you write that down in the chat
Of
and
course.
remind me when we get into the Game Maker? Because I do want to
Absolutely.
answer that one.
Done.
And what's that link that you shared?
The link that I... Oh.
Yeah, it's different.
It is a little different.
Yeah.
I pulled it from the Sandbox Discord. Hammer Mike dropped it today in the announcement channels. It says, step into the world of Kverse. Get ready for the epic Hallyu Rising land sale. Now live. Join us. Okay. And it had a link. And this is kind of cool. Yeah, I didn't realize it was different until just now.
It's a shortened. It's TSB for the Sandbox and GA.ME for game. That's cool. I like that's a nice format. That's a nice condensed shortening there. I hadn't seen it before. Cool.
I didn't realize it until you said something. And I'm the one who typed it.
My eyeballs are like laser focused when it comes to URLs now.
That's probably a very good thing.
All right, what else we got going on here? The Paris Hilton avatar drop. The allow list is open for the well, I don't know if the allow list is open for the next 6 days, but the sale starts in 6 days for people on the allow list. A whole bunch of Paris Hilton related avatars. And what else we got going on? May Festival still going on. That continues on until June 12th, and a whole bunch of experiences in that to get a mystery box if you complete 200 EP.
I'm excited for this mystery box. There's a number of things in there that I would be quite happy to obtain. So
there's 5 premium lands, 5 cool cats, 5 CyberKong VXs or CyberKongs VX. Packs of 100 sand, packs of 50 sand, and packs of 10 sand. So lots of fun goodies in there. All right.
I would be happy with the cool cat. I'd be happy with the CyberKong. I'd be happy with the premium land. I'd be happy with any of it.
True. All right. So if you haven't downloaded the Sandbox Game Maker, what are you doing here? Go download the Sandbox Game Maker right now.
What are you doing with your life?
It's available for Mac and PC. You just go to sandbox.game/create, and it will fill in the rest of that stuff for you if you need it. Or you can just go to sandbox.game and click the create button, which is hidden behind the chat here, and click download. And you can still download 0.7 for Mac OS and Windows if you need it. If you're working on like an older game and you're not ready to migrate to 0.8, our game client still runs on 0.7. We have not made the switch for the game client to 0.8 yet, so people still developing in 0.7 all the time. But I personally like working in 0.8 because that's where all the cool, new, fun stuff is. So that's that. Now let's take a look at the changelog, and we're going to see what is new in 0.8.3. So, features. Well, that's we're gonna go to bug fixing first, and then we'll go to features, because the features are too cool. I'm just gonna gush about the features for a long time, so we want to talk about.
Oh my god, yes.
About the bug fixes first.
Okay. I'm excited for us to dive back into the other topic.
Yeah. Bug fixing. Multiple bug fixes have been made to stabilize the product and get some improvements in performance. Significant improvements with rubber banding in gallery experiences. This is something that my team in the council noticed a lot during testing of the multiplayer parkour game jam games. We definitely tried our hardest to not let rubber banding influence our judging of the games. We judged the games on their own merit, despite performance issues that we were experiencing in 0.8.2, which were aplenty. Or 0.8.1. We judged it in whatever we were supposed to judge it in. I wasn't one of the main judges on that one, so I don't remember. But the rubber banding issues, basically, it feels like you're being pulled around by a rubber band while you're playing. So you are playing on your screen, you say, I want to jump and move to this spot, and you feel like you press the buttons the right way to go there, and you see yourself going there, and then all of a sudden you kind of rubber band snap to not exactly where you thought you were going to be. And that is because your computer says, okay, we're going to do this, and it tells that to the server, and the server and your computer are not talking fast enough to agree on where you are and when you are. So the server says, okay, I see that you were pressing those buttons to move over here, but you did it at this other time, so we're gonna adjust it to where I think you should be. And then it sends it back to your computer, and your computer goes, okay, I guess we're over here now. So it's not very fun. So this is supposed to be greatly fixed in 0.8.3. So you might want to update your multiplayer experiences if you if you were in the game jam, don't update them yet, just in case, because we might need to play yours for the award ceremony, possibly.
Not right now.
Yeah, hold off a little bit. Wait, when is the award ceremony? Is that this Saturday?
Do we have an award ceremony this Saturday?
I don't remember. I just do what they tell me to do, and they haven't told me yet. Parkour Game Jam. We're on schedule. Like that, it's like all figured out. I accidentally typed Parkour Jam, but Google knew what I meant and brought me right to the Medium article for the Sandbox. Results will be announced on May 27th. So yes, Saturday we do have a Game Jam award ceremony. Surprise! Nice. That was also part of our news. That was part of the plan the whole time.
It was definitely planned. Not a surprise to anyone on this side of the fence. Only a surprise to everyone on that side of the fence.
Sure. But because of rubber banding, I ended up on both sides of the fence.
Oh.
So
full circle.
So yeah, the rubber banding issue should be greatly fixed. For the Game Jam award ceremony, I will try out the game that's winning before we go live to see if it's working in 0.8.3. Based on the changes, it should still work fine. But we'll try it out. Otherwise, we'll play it in 0.8.2. So tune in Saturday to find out who the winner was there.
Yeah.
Saved experiences loading issue was fixed. I don't know the specifics around this bug, but I know that there were some inconsistencies when saving and loading experiences. Sometimes things got a little freaky.
You don't mean like saving in game. You're talking about saving the actual entire experience.
These are bug fixes, not new features. So we do not have any game saving built into the game maker yet. I know. Victory defeat screen restart button was missing. That was greatly missed, and is now back. So if you have a victory or defeat screen, you can now start the game over again. Image display component thumbnails are now working. Yeah, so when you would go to interact with an NFT frame and it would show the image, the thumbnail would not always show up correctly. Image display component, image wasn't changing when selecting none. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but yay, bug fixes. Experience experience duplication cycle, infinite loading when you try to duplicate an experience was fixed. I did experience this one, and it was annoying. So you can duplicate your experiences in the Game Maker by clicking on them like this, and you can rename, duplicate, or delete. So you would, type in what you want your new name to be, click duplicate, and then it would just kind of sit there forever. And if you force quit and relaunched the Game Maker, the duplicate experience was there. It worked fine. So the process did work correctly. It was just having a hard time putting you back on the main screen after that. So that is now fixed. Camera clipping through the environment while approaching walls issue fixed. Good. I don't feel like I noticed that one particularly much, but yeah, bug fixes. And multiple behavior component fixes and stabilization. So if you had, this is kind of not very specific, but yay, bug fixes.
Yay, bug fixes.
Yeah, different behaviors and components now should be working better. I wonder if this had anything to do with, I noticed that there were some times when you would like select a bunch of assets and then you would go to change values on them. Sometimes the values that you set in a behavior or a component did not like stick. We noticed this in particular with the crowd events when we would change I think it was the required points to have a crowd event complete. We would set it and it would stick, but if we like clicked on a bunch of assets and then clicked back to it, sometimes the number would be changed. And it was really inconsistent and it was really annoying. So it was always kind of nerve-wracking. You just like check it like 5 times and hope that it still stayed correct after checking them 5 times, and then you publish to the gallery. And then you test it, as you always should, to make sure that the numbers are all correct in the live version. Anyway, I don't know if that's one of the ones that was fixed. I guess we'll find out, but yay, bug fixes. Now,
yay, bug fixes.
New features. We're going to go with the one that we're going like in reverse order here. So instance locker improvements. Instant locker is a feature that is not available to anybody but staff right now, but it's good for you to be in the know about these features when they do become available for you. I'm actually not sure why we make this one only for staff. Because I feel like it would be useful to other people. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they changed it in this one also, but we'll find out. Instance locker improvements. So support for locking experience based on the amount of players that joined in. If you were watching my stream when I made a 2v2 multiplayer parkour game, you will know that I spent, I don't know, probably an hour fighting with how to determine when to start the game and determine that there's enough players to start the game, and also lock the experience so more players didn't come flooding in. And we just ended up giving up on that last one because like if some players joined and then a player left, then you wouldn't be able to start the game. So it was, this is good. And also broadcast message after lock is triggered. So with the combination of these two, you can start competitive games more easily, where you can say, okay, we're going to lock the experience once 4 players join. And when 4 players have joined, it starts the first quest. Or whatever numbers you want. And it doesn't even have to be competitive. This could be like a group quest. Let's say you want to go on an Indiana Jones adventure with your friends. But you need your whole team to stay together. Well, make sure that one player can't just go and start the experience by themselves. There's a big locked door. And once all 6 players you need for your team have joined, then this broadcast message will unlock the door. Will lock the experience, unlock the door. So that's cool. I hope that this feature becomes available for everybody. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure why it's not available to everybody. It might be that we don't want too many instances on too many experiences in the Game Maker environment. I'm not sure, but I'll see if I can find out.
Who's to say?
I'm sure. I know that there's people who can say. I'm gonna try to ask them.
Who's to say?
Now, the one that does affect everybody and the coolest out of all these things is pickable improvements, slider to regulate transparency, and broadcast messages immediately before pickup and after dropping the actor. So, in case you don't know, when we would pick up items in 0.7, you could see them totally. It was like a physical object, and you would move it around. And there was no collision on it while it was moving. Like, you couldn't pick up an object and have another player stand on it and carry them with it. Any collision with that object would like disappear in 0.7 while you're holding it. And then you'd put it down, and then the collision would snap back into place. But in 0.8, we made it so that way it kind of communicates to the players that the object is being held by making it transparent. However, a lot of people don't like that level of transparency. They thought that either it was too clear and you couldn't really see what you were doing, or they wanted it to be fully opaque for storytelling reasons or something like that. There were the way, if you would carry an item that had children objects attached to it and stuff, it would mess up the transparency and stuff on those. So the slider to regulate transparency means that the creators will have more control over how it looks when players are carrying something. And then broadcast message immediately before pickup and after dropping the actor. That means, I think, if you want to Indiana Jones pick up a little idol sitting on a trap, now the act of picking that up will trigger messages right before the pickup, and also putting the object down will trigger a different message to send. So you could do something like, I don't know, some sort of like red light, green light game, or maybe even football, and have enemies chasing you when you pick up an object as the quarterback or whatever. So we're going to play around with these a little bit, and then we're going to play some of your games, because we've already got the Game Maker all loaded up and ready to go. We're going to make a new one.
Start from scratch. Throwing it out there.
Throw me the idol and I'll throw you the whip. That's a different kind of idol, though. Can confirm doors are still broken. What does that mean? I didn't know doors were broken.
Maybe they mean in their house.
Oh.
Like the doors in their house are broken.
My screen brightness is up a little too high, and I'm getting a bright green reflection on my face.
You started to wash out a little bit because your green screen was like,
I know.
Yeah, this is my people right here.
So this is the disadvantage to being only about 1.5 feet away from a, I don't even know how big this screen is, like 40 inch.
900 inches.
It's large.
If Willy Wonka was to make a monitor, it would look like this.
It's
outlandish and made of gummy bears. It's wonderful. And
32
Maxi
inches.
Okay. Maxi confirms that it is not the doors in his house, but it is the door behavior in Game Maker. So that is my bad. My apologies.
So I didn't realize the door behavior in the Game Maker was broken. I'm curious about that because I have not encountered that myself, but I also have spent a lot more time testing people's stuff than making stuff lately, so that would be a reason why. I don't know. But yeah, whenever we load up an experience in the Game Maker with a fresh green background and my screen brightness is all the way up, it's just like blasting me with a bright green spotlight, which my green screen software loves. So let's see here. What are we doing? We're gonna make something where we pick up an asset. Oh, what was that question from Paul Life
We have a
Manual?
couple actually now.
Okay.
So the first one is, how do we find out what time and score arguments in Game Maker do?
Okay. So we're gonna put a wolf on a default template here, and we're gonna take a look at the arguments. So the arguments, uh, they're kind of really just placeholders as far as I can tell. In my experience, you can use them interchangeably.
Okay.
Um, although they may have different, you might want to check with somebody like Cyber Dragon because he probably has researched this more than me. Um, the the arguments are just a numerical value like placeholder, um,
Okay.
and you can kind of use them across different behaviors without too much issue. So if I say weather switcher and a message to switch, let's see here, edit logic, preset, we're gonna go with custom, not the message to switch, there we go. So when we want to change from one weather to another, we can fade that across a time scale, and we would use an argument to do that. So instead of just saying like event.weather is our message that sends out to trigger changing from weather 1 to weather 2, we would use the weather fade to fade from one to the other. So let's say we're gonna do noon is 1, and we're gonna do another one, and it's gonna be sunrise. So we're gonna start with sunrise and go to noon. So sunrise doesn't need to wait for a message, and it doesn't need anything else really. It's just it is the weather when we start the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to use this message, weather fade, to go between these. And when we do that, we're going to actually want to talk to a third wolf here. We do need 3 wolves on a default template. And he's going to be the message broadcaster that is going to activate that change. So let's do message broadcaster. Message to set is weather fade. Now, when I click weather fade, which is, here we go, I lifted it up. When we click weather fade, you'll notice another little box pop up here, which is time. And we can set a number in there, which is going to be the number of seconds that we fade the weather across. Now, we could also do post-processing fade, or maybe time. See, time is an add time. I'm actually really not sure how the time one works, but we could probably figure it out. Score. There's a score? I haven't noticed that one before. Was there a score one before?
I think there was.
What do we use score for? It sounds like a Dr. Seuss question. For score, what do we use score for?
I got nothing.
He demanded more.
Chacho.
So all of these things relate to specific. Oh, it might relate to the crowd event. That is a good theory, woke zombie. I like that one. It makes me wonder how exactly you would use it though. So there might be some information about these on like our Git book or something. And I know that does she still go by Steam Cultivator?
Becky?
Yeah. I don't know if she
I can
still goes
find
by
out.
Steam Cultivator, but Becky, who's in charge of our education, I know that she's been trying to get some of us to help with organizing information in a centralized location for all the stuff. I know centralization, nobody likes that, except when it comes to information, it's good to have one source for all the info. Um, so yeah, score, I'm not sure, but audio pause, audio play, audio stop, those are all pretty straightforward. But you can add a fade out to those. So if you wanted, this would actually go well with our tutorial that we did on Saturday of transitioning between music tracks. We could potentially fade between tracks using this. So those will set the number of seconds to cause the audio to fade out for pausing or stopping, or to fade in for playing. That way you can do smooth transitions. So like, let's say you walk into a room, you want to fade out the previous track and fade in the next track. You would use these arguments to do that. And in the case of weather fade, let's say we're gonna do 10 seconds, and we're going to broadcast to all, and we are going to wait for an interaction. Interaction. Did we lose our default messages? Interesting. We're gonna see if interacting still works. That's curious. All right, so we've got our sunrise view here. It's so lovely.
It really is. Ooh,
Yeah.
can't stop yawning for some reason. I don't know where this is coming from.
Sunrise was always my favorite, but it's got such nicer tone now with the gradient. And we're gonna interact with this wolf, and we can see the sun is now moving, and the light is now changing. The shadows are shifting as we move to noon time. So that argument of weather fade is what changed. It's what allowed those 10 seconds to be part of the message that pushes through. Now we can change that to post-process fade, also set it to 10, and we're going to change the message that we need to post-process fade. And I imagine, at least this worked in 0.8.2, it's going to work exactly the same way. So we see it is sunrise time, we interact, and the sun is shifting. So really, post-process fade and weather fade do the exact same thing. They're just placeholders to hold time as a value.
Gotcha.
Now, I'm curious about what happens if we use audio pause with 10. Is this going to work the same way? Is this going to crash the whole thing? No, it works the same way. So really, all the argument is doing is it's holding a value of that number 10. So you can kind of use them interchangeably. I've actually used a single argument to trigger multiple things for the same amount of time. So I wanted a weather transition to change the time of day, and a post-processing effect transition to happen for the same amount of time at the same time. So I used just the weather fade to make both of those things happen. And you can actually make that gives you more messages to work with as a result, because if you wanted a third weather and post-processing, then you can use the other message, the one that you didn't use already. So to go from time A to time B, you can use weather, and to go from time B to time C, you can use post-processing, and just synchronize them all that way. Now, that may not be best practice, but it does work. And let's see. I wonder, there was one in here. Light color. So light color does not just have a fade time, it also has a color value in it. And I'm curious if this makes any difference here. So I interact. Oh. And nothing happens. So the light fade does need, or sorry, light color does need to relate specifically to those logics. So we've got logic light asset. Oh, wait, did I not? Oh, wait, it's probably because I didn't set it up correctly. Whoops. Light color, light color. There you go. I forgot to change it on the other wolf. And there it does. It does work. They still haven't fixed multiplayer global parameters for damaging healing blocks. Last time I checked, damage healing worked in single player, but not multiplayer. It's not that it's broken, it's that it never was a thing to begin with. There is no health in multiplayer right now because it's not allowed. So that is intentional. And it will not become available until we have the health component available in multiplayer.
Gotcha.
Unless I'm misunderstanding the question there. So the time parameter of the light color argument, does still work the same, and the color just doesn't do anything in that case. So then if we do light logic asset, I actually haven't used this one, so I'm not sure what it'll do. I'm guessing message to turn on, we can do light color. Where is it? Light color. There we go. And maybe this will change the color of the light. Oh. Let's see, how do we use this? Intensity, range, fall off, light color. Maybe we have to turn it off. Well, it is getting darker.
Yes. Is it? Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, it got darker, but it didn't really turn red. Let's try it with turning on again and starting state being off. Okay, yeah, I think it is definitely red. So you can use that message to change the hue of the color. So we can duplicate this wolf, and we could, let's change the time value though, it's a little too slow. 5 and 5, and then we'll change it to blue. So now we can turn it on, and we see that it becomes red in about 5 seconds. And then we interact with this one, and it should change to blue. And it does.
That's super neat. For a second, it was shifting through to blue, and it was like that white light. And I was just like, oh my goodness. And seeing it shift, like actually going through the shift is really neat.
So, yeah, if you fire the messages before they're done shifting, they do kind of abruptly go to the next one. wait for it to get fully blue, and then so it will fade back and forth between these as I interact. But if it's in the middle of the transition, it just kind of abruptly
just snaps.
Yeah. So that's something to be aware of if you're trying to time certain lighting effects. The yellow is actually great for a burnt grass effect. You can also just make the grass burnt
grass,
because it also makes me look burnt. I mean, I'm a lobster.
I mean, why not? I got nothing.
All right. What other messages have we got
lobster
here?
Joke. We have one other question.
No, I mean for the behaviors.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had two questions. I lied.
So pause timer. This one sends a true or false value. So really, you're using arguments. This gets a little difficult to explain if because I haven't been teaching traditional coding. So I've done a little bit of traditional coding, so it's not that hard for me to understand because like the term arguments is familiar to me from other software I've used for the past almost 20 years. But the way messages are in the sandbox, for the most part, they're switches. They're like on-off switches. Really, they're just on switches. A message in the sandbox is an on switch being sent to whatever behavior is waiting for that on switch. And sometimes sending that message will switch a behavior off. Sometimes it will switch it on, but it's just the message being broadcast is just like a do instruction, like do this now. Whatever the thing is that you're supposed to do when I say this word do it. That's what the messages in the sandbox are. So the arguments make them containers of more information. So besides just saying do, they're also containing a little bit of instruction, which in this case, are we pausing the timer, true or false? So yes, true, we're going to pause the timer. False, we're going to turn the timer, or we're going to unpause the timer. We're going to let the timer run. Audio pause. So the audio pause, audio play, audio stop, that contains the information for just the audio streaming component to say pause, play, or stop. Those are the instructions. But it also contains this time instruction. And really, all of the instructions that involve time are interchangeable for the value of the time. So anything that you want to put 10 seconds on, you can use audio play, audio pause, audio stop, light color, weather fade, post-processing fade. Light color has the color instruction in there also. Score, not sure what that does. We can see. Does that change the time? We'll see. Let's see if this changes the weather. Did I do it correctly? Score 5. Score. Yeah, it looks like I did it right. So it looks like the score value does not translate into a time value. I would say that probably puts a score on whatever crowd event's going on. Let's just find that out while we're looking. Crowd event. Instructions, emote. So message to start. What if we used score as a message to start? Would that immediately put 5 points on the board? We're going to have progression off. And display title. So when we interact with this wolf, it starts, and we're going to see if there's 5 points automatically on the board. There's not. Actually, we weren't waiting for 5 points. We were waiting for 1 point. So let's change that. Points, we'll say 50. And duration, 100 seconds. And let's see if that gives us points. Okay. It still is only asking for 1 point. That's interesting. 2. Except I changed it. Oh, total goal here. There we go. Oh, that's me being dumb. I changed it in the wrong place. So total points goal is 50. I had accidentally sent it that when we did the emote, we would get 50 points.
A lot of points.
There's the crowd event has a lot more settings than most of the other things, so it's a lot of like kind of scrolling back and forth, figuring out where stuff is. Default title, stunned. And we're gonna increase the radius on this thing. Where's that? Let's edit logic. There it is. Event range. Here we go. So I'm wondering if I start the event, is it gonna restart the event when I interact with the wolf again, or is it gonna give me 5 points? It does not appear to give me 5 points. So we're gonna make the message. We're not going to have a message to start. It should just start automatically. And then we're going to make the source for getting points the message, and we're going to use score for that. Interesting, because I have it set to be 1 point, but we'll see if it makes a difference. And it doesn't start automatically. So we're going to interact. All right, we've started the event, and why is it still only asking for 1 point? was that the number that kept on resetting for us, wasn't it?
I can take a look at the video.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it was. I wouldn't stress about it. Okay, all right, 50 points. Let's see. It gives us 1 point. So I don't know what the score. I don't know what the score argument does.
We can ask around, and we can talk about it again on Saturday if we have time.
Yeah, we could. I have some people that I could ask if they know what score does. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else it could mean. Because I'm pretty sure crowd events are the only thing that use score. I mean, it says total points goal. It doesn't actually use the word score. And I don't know of another behavior that would use it. Maybe related to. No, Curio wouldn't make any sense. I'm not sure. We'll try to figure that out. We'll try to figure out what score does. Let's see. Are there any other show info display? That one's curious. Why am I walking so slow now? What did I press? There we go.
I didn't realize I was looking at the video play over on YouTube, and I was like, "You're not walking anywhere, man." And then I waited for the delay to kick in, and I was like, "No, you're not going anywhere." And yeah, it's like 10 minutes behind, so never mind.
I don't know. The score is for a sports game, I think. Well, but I don't know what game that is.
You really just mean in general? Like you
I
can
mean,
keep
yeah,
score?
it could be for keeping the score of a game. There may be some internal use for it related to something that one of our internal teams is working on, like
Hmm.
maybe like a sports game or something. But there hasn't been any documentation that I've seen on what score does. Also, show info display is a little confusing because we've already got another way of doing that. If you do components, NFT display, message required, you could do show info display, I guess. And then it'll show you, or maybe not. What if we said false? Or maybe it won't do the wolf because it's a basic asset.
Hmm?
If we do, say, the key, we do show synchronized NFT details display, interact. I remember this key being bigger for some reason.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, I feel like that key was wildly bigger last time I saw it, but like comedically bigger.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Is this the same key? Yeah, it is. It's the right key. I don't know why I thought it was bigger.
I thought it was a lot bigger too, man. So you're not alone. This is one of those Bernstein Bears versus Bernstein Bears arguments.
Berenstain Bears.
Exactly.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I really thought that this key was larger, but it makes sense. Like looking at the voxels of it, it's the right scale. I could have sworn it was like taller than a
3 times the
human.
size of an avatar.
Not that big, but okay. All right. So that works as expected, but then I'm wondering what happens if we use. We're gonna use. Oh right, an object can't send a message to itself, so that's probably why the wolf didn't work actually. Show info display, and we have it set to true. Let's see if it does the same thing. Okay, it still shows the key. That's what I would expect. Now, what happens if we set this to false? Still works. So I don't really know. This just seems to be like a message. The show info display. I don't really know what else it might do. So there's that. And time. Can we can't really show timers. Like timers exist, but they don't look like anything. Um, um, what if I have let's see.
Little Legion Org says, "Oh, beans on the special messages."
Maybe
Hmm.
just the messages that like we're looking at messages and like what they could do. So that's where we're explaining the beans right now.
Gotcha.
But it also like they the special messages may hold some beans because I don't know what all of them do yet, right?
Mm.
We're figuring it out right now.
Unintentional beans, the best kind of beans.
Just natural beans, all natural beans. So we're not going to have this timer wait for a message, so it should just start on its own. And it's going to have 10 seconds. So we're going to try to delay this timer. So message to wait. I'm really not sure how this one would work. I had some ideas and now I'm second guessing myself because it's saying add time. I'm wondering if this advances the timer faster. So let's say let's actually give a minute. Let's give, or not 6 minutes, 1 minute. We're gonna do a 1 minute timer, and the message at the end of the timer is that show info display. So after a minute, it should show the key info display. Now, if we wait for the message of time, can we advance this faster? Can we make this happen in just a few seconds? So if we wait for a minute, it's going to be a very long minute. I don't know why I set it for an actual full minute. If we wait for a minute, maybe it will show the NFT display. It should. I don't know why it wouldn't work here. Could add or subtract. Nice for races. That could be cool.
So I was watching that showed Ted Lasso the other day, and they're about to go out to a game, and they got pumped up. Their coach just told them really, exciting speech. He got them all excited for the game, and he's like, "All right, guys, count us down." And the team captain comes in. They all put their hands together and they go for the countdown. It's supposed to be 3, 2, 1, and he's like 21, 20, 19, and it's just like, yo, bro, why did you start so high?
So I realized that I had to interact with that wolf to start the timer in the first place. So I shouldn't.
Okay.
that was my bad. So now we're waiting for a minute.
4 minutes and 20 seconds minimum.
Okay. I was hoping it would be a UI related thing. New arguments. Well, so we don't have UI timer unless you count crowd events. But that would be cool. Has it been a minute yet? Feels like it's been a minute. Started a high number, but there it goes. Okay, so that worked. Okay. Now let's
on my timer.
Let's keep interacting with the wolf and see if nope. Okay. So I've been interacting with them, but it's not advancing the timer. I'd be curious to know if it's actually making the timer take longer.
I was just wondering if it was resetting it every time you did it.
Oh, that's a no, because it did take a full minute. So it would.
So if you interacted and waited 30 seconds and then interacted again, it wouldn't take. It would only take another 30 seconds. It wouldn't take another minute.
It's a good question. But either way, the fact is that I put 10 seconds as the argument for the time thing, so it should have only taken 10 seconds if it was taking that into account. Wait for message, reset, sub events, relative time, message. I don't know enough about the timed events. I mean, the stuff that I look at in here all makes sense, but as far as how the time argument would interact with it, like there's not a way that I see that adds time, the way it explains it. Yeah. um, so I'm not sure on. I'll have to do. Can you make a note of that, Lucas? I need to find out what the time message, time argument, and show info display and score arguments do, because I can't figure out what they do exactly on the live here. But yeah, other than that, all the ones that have like a time value that you can just use it to make your messages have a faded delay between the other kinds of logics, whether it's a light logic or a weather logic or post processing logic.
So let me read this back to you really quick here. You said find out what the time message arguments and show info display and score arguments do. I can't figure out exactly what they do on the live here.
I didn't mean for you to dictate everything.
I'll be more specific. It's in the notes. It's forever. It's immutable.
All right. Okay. So did that fully answer Paul Life Made Me's question? I think so.
All
At
he
least
said
as
was,
far
how
as
are
I
you
can.
today?
Not what he said.
45 minutes later. No, I'm just kidding. I think it answered it the best we could.
Okay. All right. What was the next question after that?
The next question. How do we find out what time? Oh, never mind. We already answered that one. The next one was any plans to add speed gems to sliding components? It could be a great add for game mechanics. And that one came from Pickaxe Masters. And they seem to have a really solid grasp on the environment that we're in right now. So,
Yeah, so I don't know about specific plans to add speed gems to that component specifically. I do know that there is a team of people specifically working on what we can do with the gems as they are right now and what potential new features gems could have during the switch to Polygon. Because as we deploy the asset contract on Polygon, we can say, okay, as we do this re-implementation of a feature that we've had for a couple of years now, what ways can we enhance that minting process? Like, what else can we do with this? And there are some ideas, some things that I'm very curious about, or interested in, I guess I should say. Curious makes it sound like I don't know what they're talking about. I do know what they're talking about. I am intrigued by the ideas for what gems could be, how gems could be revamped in the Polygon assets. And I know that there are people on the team working on making sure that gems actually do something in the game maker, because right now what you can do with gems is pretty limited. So they do
and
want
sometimes
to,
it can be a little confusing.
can be a little confusing, is definitely limited, and they don't feel like they impact enough stuff, right? Like we know like the bird behavior is impacted by a few things, right? Like we look at bird. Bird. Oh, why can't I?
Ooh, mow, 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 mow.
So like we know the bird behavior, like almost everything is impacted by a gem, right? The more magic they have, the higher they can fly. The more power they have, the wider they can fly. The more speed they have, the faster they can go around. But a lot of the other behaviors don't have really anything impacted by a gem. We look at the asset spawner. Like, yeah, the asset that you spawn might have something to do with its behavior with gems, and but the actual asset spawner behavior, gems don't impact it. So there's there's more ways that we could use gems, and also the way they impact the players is very limited when you use equipment, stuff like that. So we do want those gems to be more meaningful, um, and so there are people working on that. And I think having having speed gems affecting slide would be super cool. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a really rad idea. We have another one, and this one, I feel like it's a good question to ask, but it could be a little bit of a slippery slope. So I do want us to take this one slowly if we need to.
Okay.
So the question was, so about this Hell's Kitchen avatar, I'm a bit confused. How are NFTs able to be changed after being minted?
Oh,
And
that one's
I've
easy.
actually seen yeah, it's an easy question to answer, but it could also it could come across a number of different ways. So I didn't want to take this one. I wanted to make sure you took it.
Sure. So NFTs can be deployed different ways. Some are deployed to an immutable resource like IPFS. Some are more centralized. And in the case of the avatars, there's actually a very good reason for the avatars being more centralized. And you may like or dislike this. I think there's a factor of it that you should like, and the main factor is that we don't have all the animations made for every single situation that you would ever want your avatar in yet. We want to have stuff where you interact with different kinds of objects. Maybe you're crafting at a crafting table like Minecraft style. Maybe you're cooking in Hell's Kitchen. Maybe you are doing a tightrope walk. Maybe you are doing a triple backflip twist to vault into a haystack, Assassin's Creed style. Who knows what? Um,
Hmm. Anything is
we
possible.
Anything is possible, and we haven't come up with all the scenarios that you could potentially use your avatar in for those yet. Now, um, there was a plan a long time ago that the avatar rig would be a kind of centralized thing where we could add animations to it um, in like the game maker, so that way all the avatars would basically be a standard body template, and then the animations would be in one location, and then we could easily update the animations, and that kind of works. We do that for um, the body parts avatars that you can assemble, and we have what's called the gray man, um, which you may see load in sometimes if your avatar is slow to load in. I don't know if I can actually. Here he is, Gray Man. This guy. So this is kind of like your default avatar. He's supposed to have as many. He's supposed to be synchronized with the medium human template in VoxEdit all the time. So that way, all the animations are present for the body parts avatars. Now the avatars that we mint for avatar projects are when you do stuff like Mad Balls or Cyberkongs or ones that don't conform to the standard body template, then it's going to have a problem with using this central avatar rig, uh, because then you wouldn't get your Cyberkong VX as a large oversized gorilla. You wouldn't get your Mad Balls as a bouncy character. You wouldn't get the custom dance animations you have for like the high level Snoop Dogs and People of Crypto and things like that. So having those avatars be have all the animations with each NFT allows more flexibility for the NFT project. So the need to be able to update the avatars is there because the platform is not finished. It's not like you're making a mod for Skyrim where the game's been done for 10 years, more than 10 years now. Good grief. Um, and uh, yeah, Sorry, I just felt old for a second. Um,
I saw you traveling down the rabbit hole up here, and I was like, no, no, Alex, pull back, pull back. You're going into a dive.
I don't remember which year that game came out, but I think it was before I could drink actually. So, um, 2010, 2009. I don't remember when it came. 2011.
It was actually 2025.
It came out the
2025.
same year that I. Okay, so I guess I could drink when it came out. Whatever, doesn't matter. I just like associating with when I was in college and remembering like pre-downloading the game and like waiting for Steam to like unencrypt it so I could play because I was like I gotta play Skyrim. Um, so yeah. Anyway, so that's one reason that the avatars are not decentralized in their storage. So that way animation updates can be deployed. They're also part of a system that's still in development. So the VoxEdit tools to generate those avatars is still in development, and there have been what you might call edge cases where certain avatars have been minted that didn't look the way that they were supposed to look because um, when you generate 2,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 avatars, it's not a practically realistic thing to have somebody manually check every single avatar to make sure that it looks good and looks the way that you intend. So you may get some traits that out of all the planning that you did, that hairstyle with those ears just did something stupid and made like green pus fall out of the ears that just wasn't supposed to be there. And you mint all of them, and there's like 2 avatars that have that. And you go, oh no, that's weird and gross and is not, it looks totally wrong, was not part of the intended look. It's just that combination of traits triggered something weird to happen with the way the voxels overlap and develop. So there have been some collections, I think specifically People of Crypto, there were some that didn't look the way that was anticipated based on what the traits were, and the people who made those had to go in and like correct that part. um uh those ones should be super rare, like minting coins incorrectly. I there is an argument for that, right? And I'm not in charge of that decision making. A lot of times these especially when it comes to like brand avatars like Hell's Kitchen, they have a specific image for the company, and so if there's a problem they want it to get fixed. Now I don't know everything that went on behind the scenes with Hell's Kitchen. Um, but I think a lot of people wanted more custom versions. Originally, Hell's Kitchen minted with, I think it was like 12 different Gordon Ramsay avatars, and every single one and every single two and every single three looked identical to each other. Um, so the problem with, and this was something that was stated on the website, like I saw on the minting page, um that that was intended. Like it said in there, if you looked in the FAQ, like there's 12 unique models and you'll be getting one of the copies of one of these models. And I think a lot of people did not understand that, and there was a lot of disgruntled buyers. And when the Hell's Kitchen team, this is me speculating because I don't know what the conversation was behind the scenes there because I wasn't involved in that project. But I'm guessing that they wanted to make the fans happy, and we're like, okay, we're gonna do variations on these. And I do know that the artists behind them, who make most of the avatars right now, worked really hard, really fast to get variations made for those and redeploy that project. So I think the the um, the re-release of those as being different ones was done specifically as a reaction to what the community was asking for. Um, and I think the majority of Hell's Kitchen's holders are happy that they now have totally unique avatars. Um, Now, I think maybe something that could be considered in the future is an opt-in for something like that,
Hmm.
which I think would maybe be something to offer. Is that instead of having it be like a forced redeploy, it could be something like a claim page, um, where you could basically burn your old one to receive a new version, um, or opt in saying like, hey, when this changes, I want mine to be included in that. So those are some things that I think are technically possible, but in like whatever the discussion was with Hell's Kitchen is not the way it worked out. So um, it'd be something interesting to explore for the future. Summoning assets from your wallet. That's actually an idea that I've suggested before. I want to be able to Legend of Zelda style Link hold items above my head and go, look at this NFT I got. I want to do that. Because I think Crypto Voxels has something similar. They do like some sort of like emotes or something like that. And I think it would be really fun to just have like I don't know, you have like some sort of
A flex
alien,
button.
yeah, but yeah, an NFT flex. Just be you can be like, hey, look at this.
Check
Um,
out.
um, all right. There was a question that I saw way back. I don't know if Lucas, did you write down any other questions?
I'm For some reason I cannot find the Alex channel. There we go. We had 3 questions.
Oh, I
They
see
were all
one.
answered.
Okay. Go West asked, is the PWC Hong Kong experience only awarding 19 of 21 quest points? I think it only has 19 quest points.
Oh, so it's
I think
inaccurately displaying 21.
I believe so because I remember seeing somebody saying it shows 20 quest points, but people could only win 19, and somebody said yes, it only has 19, and now I'm seeing 21, so I'm wondering if they went the wrong direction. um,
Mm.
so yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I did see a conversation where I'm pretty sure 19 was the number that was said there. Um, that might be an okay question to ask Panda, because Panda specifically did some testing on PWC. I was supposed to do some testing on PWC, and I wasn't able to for technical reasons. So about 0.8.3, is it good? I mean, it seems okay so far. Hasn't crashed. I think we're good. We haven't tried out multiplayer. I think we should jump into somebody's game
Okay.
real quick. We're already an hour and a half in, but I did we have a list from before of games,
We
or we were
do.
looking at Steve Aoki games though, not multiplayer
Yes.
games specifically.
I think we played Techno Minds.
We did.
This is definitely not a Steve Aoki game due to copyright issues from Roxy Miguel.
Let's try that one out.
We have a number of people in the chat that are saying the floor is cake.
Floor is cake. That's a good name for a Steve Aoki game.
If somebody made a game called The Floor is Cake, I mean, I tip my hat to them. I'm not wearing one, but if I was, boop.
Just go
Like-
grab a hat and tip it. Not put it on. Just tip the hat.
That's such a good name.
So here's
Such
the
a good
Florez cake. Where's the other one?
Oh, Touche Studios team did indeed make a game called The Florez Cake.
I just had the thumbnail on the screen.
I should have. I didn't see that who it was by though.
Oh yeah, I didn't see who it was by either. But cool. Good to see a Touche Studios game in there.
That's awesome.
Maybe I should have looked for the word copyright instead of Aoki.
Yeah. Yeah. Roxy Miguel, you cannot put Better Call Gary to the queue because that would be the third game of yours we have in the queue. We got to leave room for other people. I can add it, but it's going to keep getting pushed down as other...
How many games has Roxy Miguel made in the past week?
I don't know, but apparently they're a machine. I'm starting to wonder if Roxy's a real person. I think they might be AI. And if they are, we're still cool, but you gotta pump the brakes just a little bit.
I'm not. How do you misspell copyright? Wait. So is the definitely not the Steve Aoki game due to copyright reasons? Because you weren't. So is it called Better Call Gary now?
That's quite the shift.
Otto says yes.
Take the other ones off and add Better Call Gary to the list because I wasn't able to put the whole name. Roxy, we're gonna have a talk when the show's over today.
Better Call Gary 555-593-420. That's not even a full phone number. You're missing a digit.
Are they? Are they?
Hoddle said she mentioned that. Okay.
She mentioned what?
That it's missing a digit.
But there's a lot going on. If she mentioned it right now.
It should be 555-420-6969. That's...
Yeah, I absolutely should.
Okay. We've got a menu right off the bat. That's cool. Duck's thoughts are pizza. And do we want to play or do we want story? Let's find out what story is. How do you prefer your pizza? With pineapple, definitely. Gary, the proud owner, pizza maker, and delivery man of Pizza Face Pizzeria, has been making and delivering pizzas with style for years. But make no mistake, he's not just an ordinary pizza guy. Gary is quite a character. His love of music is as big as his appetite for pizza. In his spare time, he plays the piano with such passion that his notes make the cheese on the pizzas melt even faster.
It's impressive.
I think that's supposed to be although. We're missing an A. Although he is friendly and always arrives with a smile for his deliveries, his brain sometimes has a somewhat peculiar connection. In the midst of his pizza delivery routine, it's common to see Gary talking to himself, as if he has an invisible audience.
I bet he does.
Sometimes he'll get into motivational speeches to the walls, or even the pizza toppings. Fortunately, his prompt and punctual delivery always makes up for these moments of talking to himself. Now Gary embarks on a daily delivery to a regular customer. What could be coming his way? I'm compelled. This is a good setup for a story. And I already care about Gary, and I haven't even seen him yet.
Yeah.
I don't know what he looks like. I see ducks here.
I bet Gary likes to party.
This is what's missing from maybe 75% of the Sandbox games that I play is giving me a character to care about. And to develop them.
Invest in. Yeah.
Yeah. Gary has my attention and my concern.
I'd order a pizza from Gary. If there was Gary's Pizza down the street, I'd be like, yo, give me some of that.
Gary has to deliver a pizza to a regular customer. He's a little out of his mind. Is there any way to help him in his mission? Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Hey, you up here. Hey, can you hear me? That was a nice touch there. You talking to me? Yeah, no way. I know I wasn't crazy. Now that we can talk, I want to ask you a favor, Kamisazi. I have to deliver a pizza to a loyal customer. I'm sure you've seen him somewhere. I will tell you my deepest secret. Are you ready? Everything I want to do is fulfilled when I imagine a musical pattern in my head and play an excellent melody. I guess since you can talk to me, you can also see what I will see in my head. Well, once you finish talking to me, you will notice 3 buttons around me. My doctor is not tall enough to check me. Let's go back to the buttons. I just want you to use the forward button, and we will deliver the pizza in less than 5 minutes. Just enough to make the obligatory video of the 4. we're the fourth wall breaking to the fact that it's a game jam entry and has requirements.
Digging it. Oh, also, I've dropped the form for the giveaway in the chat.
All right. What form? Use W to heal, D to move forward, S to exit the game. Choose your actions each turn. W to heal, D to move forward, S to exit. I don't know what D does. Maybe nothing. Okay. This is what I mean. You can see it, right? Nobody is crazy until someone believes in the same thing. Now press the E button. Press the E as if you had to smash a tomato on a pizza. Attention, attention. The E key is your golden ticket to making musical magic. Give it a good pat and let's make it sound good. If you press the E key at just the right time, your fingertips will tingle. It's like playing the pizza piano.
That sounds oily.
Remember, the E stands for epic, so when you hit that key, you'll be the master of notes and the king of pizzas. Let's go, champion. Are you ready for the E peak moment? Press the E key as if you had the last slice of pizza in your hands. Don't let it cool down.
Hey, remember that time we were playing that game where you had to get 4 things in the box perfectly, and it took us like 2 hours?
Did I ever beat that part? I don't even remember.
Yeah, you did. You were like, I'm trying one more time, and if I don't get it this time, I'm done. And then you got it, and then you had to go back and do it again for some reason. You're like, oh my god. And it was we got to that same point again. It was like, if I do this, if I can't get it this time, I'm gonna have to give up. It's taking too long. And you got it again.
Well, this one appears to be more forgiving.
A little bit.
We'll see.
Little bit.
Hey, if you hit the E key at the perfect time, I'll moonwalk through the pizza oven. You can't miss it, so hit the E.
Moonwalk through the pizza oven?
It sounds like it's a very big oven. Do you hear that? It's the sound of the world waiting for you to hit the E and unleash a musical storm. Don't make them wait any longer. This is like anime motivational speech level here.
You can do it, Midoriya.
Oh, well, it seems I got it. You see, it was easy. Melody complete means pizza ready. Now let's get it out of here and deliver this pizza. So easy, right? I bet you don't break a sweat when this pizza hits the customer. What? Let's keep going. Why does the pizza hit the customer? For the pizza.
I want to deliver pizzas at this place.
This is a cool setup though. It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how they did this.
The pizza has just come out of the oven and is hot as lava. Man. You got it, Kamisazi. See the fence in front of me? We could jump over it or move it. But what better than to use the power of the mind and music to make it disappear? This guy is crazy. Does he talk the whole time? Hey, you with the magical fingers, press E and let the pizza do a taste solo in your mouth. Wait, that sounded weird.
No, it didn't.
Press the E button. Let the pizza power flow through you. Well, not literally. That would be sticky and weird.
Yeah, that would be the weird part.
Press the E key and create a symphony of cheese and sauce. But beware, if you get it wrong, pepperoni may haunt you in your dreams.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Ooh. Uh-oh. I broke it. I don't know if I can get those both at the same time, but it says that I got the third note. So I'm going to aim like I'm going for the fifth note.
Do it.
Yeah, it worked. Press E and you feel a tingle down your spine. No, wait, that was a mistake. It was just a pizza crumb. But still, press the E. The E is your ticket to greatness. If you press it, you'll join the secret club of pizza masters and piano lunatics. A unique combination. Really weird. Now, with the grace of video games, script, and my psychic powers, I command the ancients to get off this fence. We just kick it.
Just run right through it.
The pizza is at a perfect temperature, neither hot nor cold. Look, it's a dirty troll. It's in our way. Let's kill him with the power of music.
He pulls out like a baseball bat. It says like music across the side of it.
Hey, take it easy, buddy. I was just here appreciating this peculiar heart tree. Sorry to be in your way. I will move immediately so you can be on your way again. I am very sorry. Embarrassed for the inconvenience. I am very sorry. I think I missed. I had a dyslexic moment there, but
You good?
You're not. You're not fooling anyone, you dirty troll. Quickly, Kamasasi, I will use my psychic powers to immobilize him while you attack him with the power of music.
Gary's a little aggro. I'm into it.
Is it wasn't Gary the name of the giraffe from Toys R Us? Or was it Gerald or something like that?
Yes.
It looks like my microphone is part of the game.
I've been thinking that since you started running through there. Because those 3 dots were like connected to the back of it, like right where it disappears.
I'm also now Gary. Jeffrey, that's what it was.
Jeffrey the giraffe. Yeah, that makes sense.
Jeffrey the giraffe. Two words that start with G and sound like J. J.
Like but it was Jif. Spelled G-E. Huh?
I'm just saying that to bug Joe. Or should I say go?
Are you telling me to leave? I'm a little confused where we're going with this.
No. I'm just being silly. All right, that was weird. Who are you talking to, Pizza Giraffe? Wait, I can't move. Somebody help me. This giraffe wants to kill me. I'm not crazy. I just have epic dreams about trolls and pizzas. But here you need the E key. Press it and keep the trolls away. Crazy, only in my dream. I was fighting trolls with flying pizzas. In this level, only the E key is your secret weapon. Oh, I missed. Oh, I guess it was close enough. Forget the trolls.
What happens when you miss?
I don't know. Forget the trolls. Only the E. Oh, I would probably lose health because there is an option to heal. Forget the trolls. Only the E key matters here. Press it and let me deal with my wacky dreams. A troll only in my dreams. In this game, you'll only need the E key and your mighty rhythmic skills. My dream with trolls was just a fantasy, but here in reality, only the E key will lead you to your victory. It's getting a little repetitive now. Crazy or not, trolls only exist in my dreams. Isn't that? I think that's the same one that got said before. No, let's do that. You shouldn't have gotten in our way.
Wow.
What? I wasn't expecting a meteor to fall on him.
He got marked.
Cold equals free? The pizza has cooled down completely. Who said cold can't be delicious?
Literally no one.
Everybody likes cold pizza.
Yeah.
That's it. Here it is. This is where I deliver the pizza. We just have to ring the bell. But between ringing the doorbell and playing a song, you know what I'd pick. Melody it is.
I thought he was going to say break through the window.
I triggered multiple music things at the same time, but here we are. That was easier than I thought. You know, I thought we were going to face a big enemy like a DJ with a mustache and long hair whose name I won't tell you because of copyright issues. But let me see what I can do, something within my means. What? This is what I meant by a real challenge. I know you can do it. I could have recreated a dance floor or nightclub scenario, but that's what you always see, right? Or do you want more of the same? You don't have another one. We are in hell, according to my dream. I am the most powerful demon of all. I fear nothing, except Gary the giraffe. He's so cool and transmits so much power that he makes me... I'm not going to say that out loud.
Do you want me to?
No, we're going to skip it. It is definitely what he thinks, and this is not because this is a result of my imagination that I am putting words in his mouth. Well, you know what to do. There's only one way to end this. The good thing is that the pizza got hot again. Oh, boy.
Time to channel your inner insanity.
I missed. Ah! I lost.
Defeat!
It was so much more aggressive. How fast can we get through this? I think we can catch up pretty quickly. Oh,
come on,
man.
Gary. Oh, these pizzas are so slow.
I know. I got like lulled into thinking it would be like super easy at the end, and I was just like, go, 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 go.
And then you got blasted by the devil and his hot cheesy sauce.
Oh, man. My problem was trying to get the pizza on the first path instead of getting on the bounce back.
You got cocky.
Yeah.
You got
It
cocky.
happens.
It does. But you know what? You learned.
Mm.
And this time you're going to bust the devil up. And that stupid troll.
And I was going to say, first we have to get past this troll.
You got to pay the troll toll. Fireball. I think I said it a little too soon.
Yeah, it's all right. You were pretty close.
There, it was a delayed fireball. It was building up in intensity.
Use W for the potion. Yeah, but I didn't. I know it's W for the potion, but I didn't know that I had lost any health yet.
Currently have 753 health. That's a lot of health.
Was I looking at the wrong health bar? I was looking at Gary's health bar, which says 1,350. I was like, my eyes, I wasn't even paying attention to my own health bar at the top. That's probably important.
Maybe? I didn't know there was another health bar down there.
It's hiding behind me.
Yes, I see that now.
Yeah.
Oh man, Gary's not doing too good.
No, that's full health, I think.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure why it's red, actually.
You know what? I feel like you're being I feel like you shouldn't use the potion, the W key. I don't know why. I feel like it's like
It's
a
a
red
trap.
herring. Like you use it and it poisons you or something. Mhm.
Well, we're doing okay so far.
Mhm.
That was a bit off.
Uh-uh.
Did we lose again? Ah! So Gary dies in one hit.
Gary is weak sauce.
Gary's really super weak. I was only off by like one pizza length. And oh, it's because pizza sauce is red. All right. So that's wild. The storytelling's great. I was having fun. I'm not so sure about Gary having what seems to be only one hit point, unless I was misunderstanding it. Or the demon's super strong. That's possible too.
Yes, it does look like it's Satan. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's kind of OP.
All right. What was the cake? The Florez cake.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna call it a night after that.
Mm.
I'm just thinking I am playing these in 0.8.3 right now, so that I don't know if that would cause any compatibility issues.
It might not. It might make them better.
It is possible. Look at this handsome fellow with the giant hair.
He is quite handsome.
James says, what would you like to learn about? How do you play the different levels? What is challenge mode? What is the cake machine for? The cake machine is used to unlock levels you haven't already unlocked in this instance of the game. Okay. How do you play the different levels? To start a level, approach a candle with a red or green flame. Candles with a green flame mean they have been unlocked but not completed. Flame will turn red once the level has been completed. A blue flame means you can't interact with it currently. Once a level has been selected, you must approach the center of the stage to start the level. You cannot select another level until you have attempted the current one. Once the level has started, you cannot leave the stage until it ends. To beat the level, you must walk over the target amount of blue tiles within the time limit whilst avoiding the red tiles. If you touch a red tile, the level will end. Green tiles will never move and act as a safe spot on the stage. Okay, so we're aiming for blue, avoiding red, and green are safe. Challenge mode is an unlimited time mode that only ends when you touch a red tile. The aim of this mode is to walk over as many blue tiles as possible and reach a high score. The scoreboard on the island only tracks your current score. Okay. I am one with the cherry.
There is a tutorial picture behind the NPC, FYI.
Yeah, I could see it changing while we were talking. Does it show it just while we're talking to him?
I don't know. I'm just reading what Touche said.
Yeah, it does. It shows the pictures.
Oh, okay. Yep, there you go.
Talking.
I can eyeball good.
Touche says, yo, I see you've come to dance. Reckon you can beat all 20 levels of the Florez cake? Hell yeah, I can. I don't know, maybe.
And I have absolutely come to dance.
Woo! Oh, that's cool. I like that. You interact with the
Is
telescope and it zooms in. And it does actually magnify too. That's pretty cool.
And is it just the one magnification, or can you go further?
It's probably just one.
Okay.
Yeah, just one.
Not taken away from that. It's still really cool. Just I was just wondering if there was more levels to it.
Now, is there any... I didn't know Adventurer Jet had these extra dances.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's his evil twin.
Oh, maybe.
Man, Jet's a good dancer. I'm impressed.
Hey, I can teach you how to use this cake machine. To use the cake machine, input the numbers you want, then pull the lever at the end. It's that easy. Here's a code you can try to change the sky. 2561. If you don't like that sky color, you can change it back with 2562. Interesting.
You should type 1989 into the cake machine.
Because it's my birth year?
Sure, let's go with that.
Why are you saying 1989?
Just do it, Alex. Figure it out. Honestly, I don't have an answer.
Oh, everybody's saying it in the chat.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like I don't like that. That's a weeb code.
Hmm?
It makes everything anime. Oops. Now I have to go back around. It's faster to go back and forth.
You're a man of many talents.
All right. We got stars and stuff right now. What is that? There's a shiny up there.
There is a shiny up there.
It gave me a cake. It gave me a bribe cake.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Alex, how are you doing? I see you've picked up a cake that was made just for you. What? It said Alex, not Kamisazi. It's actually for me. They put in an Easter egg for me.
Oh. I was like, what in the Sam Hill is happening right now?
I'm like really super flattered now. That won't get you extra points in a game jam, but still. Mostly because I wasn't the one judging, but
that's really cool.
That is super neat.
That's very sweet.
Oh. A cake that I made just for you. There's a small catch, however. You can only keep it if you place us in the top 10. So what do you say? What sorry no can do? Do I get a game over?
Just lie to them. Just say sure. Just lie.
They don't stop asking the same question over and over.
Well done. You win. You always do, woke zombie.
That was a very good bribe cake. However, you're going to have to bribe V, not me, because she gets the final say.
And it would be very impolite to ask her what her birth year is.
Oh, yeah.
I learned that the hard way.
Mine's not that.
V, just with people in general.
I think it says it on my Twitter. That's probably why they know. It probably says my birthday on there.
Oh.
You can also just figure it out because I said like, oh, hey, I'm 33 or whatever.
It does say it on here.
Oh, man. That was good. That was a good one.
That was good. That was super good.
All right. Any other side things that I need to get from here? This is also a really cute level. It's just very nicely. Oh no!
No.
I died. Can I climb up the sides of all the cakes? I can climb. How far can I go sideways? Okay. It goes to like almost 90 degrees. You just climb all the way around the cakes. I like that. I just like make everything climbable. Why not? This is Breath of the Wild here.
Ooh. Jackie Chan was just talking about that,
Oh.
saying, how many Breath of the Wild inspired games would we start seeing in the sandbox soon? And my response was approximately 1 million. And he was like, well, that's 6.07 games per plot of land, so I'm into it. And I was like, you know what? The math is perfect. It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you probably mean Tears of the Kingdom, right? Just because that's the one that just came out.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
I haven't
Did I say
started
Breath
it
of the
yet.
Wild?
Yeah, but it's basically the same. I said Breath of the Wild also.
Oh,
So.
how dare you?
Well, I wasn't trying to. I haven't played Tears of the Kingdom, but I have played Breath of the Wild. So I was just that's what I was thinking of about the climbing.
Mm,
I'm
mm,
assuming that Tears of the Kingdom also has climbing in it because from what I've heard, it's like a similar kind of setup. They just added more stuff to it.
nice.
Um. All right. Now, was this cake over here anything?
Hey,
Right.
Alex.
What? What?
I got that
Giveaway?
winner.
Who's our winner?
Congratulations goes out to Bert Z over on Twitch TV. You have won Wizzy the Black. Congratulations, friend.
There we go. All right. So Saturday's probably our last day giving away a Wizzy the Black, but there are a bunch still up on the marketplace. But again, I've
Yep.
told people this before. If you want to save money for a Wizzy 10K avatar, instead of buying Wizzy the Black, I won't feel offended. I actually would recommend that, probably. As long as you're already on the allow list. If you're looking for a way to get on the allow list, getting a Wizzy the Black will get you there. All right, level select is ready. Let's go to level 1. Ready the stage for level 1. Points to win is 10. Time limit is 60 seconds. Let's go. Start here. Doop doo. Am I? Oh, right. Blue. Okay, I get it. Red can't touch me. Easy. It's also the first level. Okay, and that unlocked a bunch of levels here. Level select is ready. Oh, wait, it didn't unlock it, just the blue. The blue, oh, they were inaccessible because blue. Start level 2. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, there we go. So this is cool. This is a nicely creative game, and the mechanic seems to work really well. Level select is ready. Level 3, let's go! And we got different green zones this time. Okay, it's spreading across that way. Hang out here for a second. Oh! It's reflecting. It didn't bounce back like I was expecting. It started over from the other side. Level 3. Done. Let's go. Let's go. Give me my green zones. Okay, it's blooming out. Oh. Okay. This is definitely an increase in difficulty. Ah! Game over. We're gonna try that again. Learn some things in making of this game that have been passed on to QA. That is why alpha exists. That's a good thing.
That's literally why it exists. 100%.
Got it. Haha. Yeah, I'm behind on sending out rewards. That's a combination of me being pretty busy with stuff and also high gas prices. So the moments that I'm like, I need to send out rewards, and I look at the GUI and I'm like, no way.
Nah, gonna happen.
Yeah. But they'll be going out soon. Okay, it's spinning. Can we run? We can run faster than it spins. So this one, piece of cake. Aha! I dig this a lot. Is there supposed to be music playing while the levels are going, or just at the start? Because there was music at the start. Obviously, I know that there are issues with the music not existing. So I don't take that as something I would detract from it. Points to win 10, time limit 60 seconds. Okay. Level 6. Here we go. Green zones. Pattern is a weird checkery thing. Oh, I don't. Nope. I don't like that one. I felt so much hubris in the last one.
You're super cocky.
Felt too easy. Last level, but this one is.
And then blammo.
Blam-o. This one's actually making me use my noodle. Right. Something changed about the pattern.
So the red tiles hurt you?
Red tiles are an instant game over. But it's not like as it ends the whole game, but it ends this play of it. I really like the user interface. Like it's the way that it's built into the gameplay. This blue light. Clean. Yeah, it's just everything is very clearly expressed to the players. It's very good.
Yeah.
It just also needs some Steve Aoki jams pumping.
Just
Level
like
6 is where the challenge begins. Okay.
Really cool. I really like the aesthetics for this one.
Oh no! I thought I ran fast enough, but I didn't.
Nope. You done got button hooked.
I don't know what that means, but
I don't either, but it sounded like it fit the situation.
It sounded perfect.
Yeah. Are you stuck in the ring right now? Like, is there a visible wall on the edge?
There's an actual visible wall.
Okay. I can see that. Okay, I guess I should have said that. Yeah, is there a force field holding you in there or something?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really tested it because there's not a lot of time to get points, but I guess 60 seconds is long enough to. Yeah, there is actually a physical wall.
Nice.
That's a lot of red.
It is a lot of red.
It's like a no. I thought it was gonna go all the way out. It didn't. It's like the Star Wars trash compactor. Great Lego set, by the way. If you are into that, I had a lot of fun putting
There was
it
a
together.
Star Wars trash compactor Lego set.
It's beautiful.
I'm gonna
I
have to
love
look
it.
that up.
Yeah, it's great. The walls move and everything like crushes,
My,
but it
sounds
like
very
folds.
expensive.
It folds perfectly into itself. Well, it's one of like the collectors kind of things. It's not very big though. There's like all the points on the outer edge are like basically inaccessible. How many points have I gotten? 6.
They're just there to taunt you.
Yeah.
They're hanging out like, hey, Alex,
I
come
got
check
it.
it out.
I did it.
They're over here.
I did
Waiting
it.
for you.
I was running close on time there, but I got it. New X-Wing Lego set's amazing too. That, yeah, I want to get all of those giant ones. I want to get the older Millennium Falcon one too. They look so good, but they're very expensive. It's like, do I really want to spend $600 on a Lego set?
The answer for me is no.
Answer for me is yes, but where am I gonna put it?
That's the thing. And Lego, it's just like the way that they collect dust. It's not an easy task to dust them.
So you can get little like blowers that are like little brush blowers. It's almost like a straw with a brush at the end, and it just kind of like softly blows dust away. But the Rivendell set, yeah, looks amazing also. Oh, it's got a spinning and a, oh wait, what? It's got a, oh, it's a diagonal and, was it spinning and a line, or was it a diagonal and a line? I couldn't tell.
Huh?
But, well, a key to this is recognizing the red pattern.
Gotcha.
So you know what areas are dangerous and which ones are not. So this is it's a diagonal line of danger and a straight across line of danger. So you gotta stay aware of both.
Of the doom.
Of the doom. Doom.
Was that an Invader Zim reference? Yeah.
No.
Well done.
I wasn't careful enough. I've still never seen all of Invader Zim.
Nobody has.
So the first time I saw Invader Zim, it kind of like scarred me a little bit because it's a very disturbing show. And I didn't know cartoons could be creepy yet. I was like, like cartoons were like a place of like innocence,
refuge and innocence.
Wait, when did I didn't see me touching a red. I call shenanigans. I don't believe it. So seeing something like Invader Zim, I was like, is this for kids? What is this show? I was very distressed by it at the time. And now, I mean, I love stuff like that. I think it's great, but it's but at that moment in my childhood, I was just like, what? You can't do that. Also, I don't know why I wasn't doing this before. You can just jump over the red. Oh no, I touched it. Yeah, I've been thinking strictly about like running on the green without thinking about where I can jump to. But really, you can jump, so why not? You just got to be careful with the timing because.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. It's I gotta stay away from the edge. Oops, I didn't select the level. But there is a part from I think it's the first episode of Invader Sim that like sticks with me forever. It's like permanently ingrained in my brain as a thing to say is did I make the fires worse or better? So anytime somebody says something's worse, I'm like, or is it better? And at least I don't necessarily say it out loud, but it's something that goes through my head.
100% of the time. We all have those little nuggets that live up in our brains.
Yeah.
And I've definitely heard you say, or did I make it better before? So now it's fun because now
I
when you
probably
say
have
it,
said it out loud without thinking about it.
I'm going to know where it's coming from, and that's just going to make it.
Oh,
That's going to be something that we now share.
There's so much red everywhere. What? I don't understand the pattern. Except, oh my gosh, danger everywhere. That was close.
So the green stays stationary every time.
The green is always safe spots. Those are like you could just stand there and like use that. That's why I always start on the green, because I don't know where the red's gonna start and where it's gonna go to. So I stay on the green until I know the pattern a little bit better.
That's just smart thinking.
It allows me to form a strategy, and they explain that in the instructions of the game, which I appreciate. Okay. All right. It's like a ripple almost.
Hmm?
The pattern.
I know what you're talking about. I didn't think it looked like a ripple. It looks like an X.
Well, it is an X, but I mean just the way it was moving made me think of a ripple. You're right, it's an X. It's not a ripple at all. That was just the first shape that came to mind. It worked. I beat it.
Hooray!
Hooray! All right, level 12. We're gonna do all of them. We're gonna beat this. We're gonna get it. So this is gonna be an alpha season 4, right? Because this is just a good game, right? Totally has a publishing deal all set up. All right.
Are you asking me?
I'm asking Touche. Because I think, as smart as you are, you probably don't know the inner workings of what he's got going on.
Nope, I know it all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know it better than Touche.
Okay.
His own business.
I will ask you next time. I'm sorry that I didn't ask you.
Thank you for including me in future dealings. I appreciate that.
Hang it from the ceiling, the Millennium Falcon. I'm short. I have tall ceilings, and I get nervous about things falling. Also, my house is very shaky. I got a punching bag to, have something to exert physical energy on, and
to punch.
To punch and kick. And after about 20 seconds of punching it, things started falling off of my desk because it shook the entire house. Because my house is ancient and kind of rickety. So, yeah. Lucas is on the board of directors for Touche Studios. He tells me what to do. Oh. That's news to Lucas.
Just for anybody who's listening and not in on the joke here, this is 100% not true. Touche is an incredible businessman on his own. I don't want to convey any false senses here. But yeah, I'm totally. I am the board. I am the board.
Wait, I thought I selected it. Let's go. All right. What is this weird? It's like crisscrossing, kind of. It feels like what?
What?
Let's try it again.
Just a heads up, I gotta call it quits here soon.
Okay. Wait, what? This one's kind of weird. I don't really understand the pattern. Like, I can see its lines moving, but it feels like kind of like jump and break sometimes. Maybe? I don't know. It's stressing me out, dude. I don't like 13.
So go back to 13, start it up. just don't move off of one of the squares. It seems like the pattern is.
I can see it. Like, it's lines coming across. See?
Mm-hmm.
But they've got gaps in them, and I'm having a hard time remembering where the gaps are.
It's because it's coming in from 4 different directions. I see what you're saying.
But there's like there's some holes in it in the pattern too, so it's stressful, dude.
You're so close.
But the blue like resets, so.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, not it doesn't reset, but it. No. I feel die inside. Oh, so close. Oh man. So it randomizes where the blue are every once in a while. Which this is a crazy amount of work, like, to set up this tile floor. Like, I don't even want to think of what all goes into making these change in sync with each other. That's an insane amount of work. So good job, Team Touche. What's the, is it Fungi Studios, or what's the actual
Touche Studios?
Is it Touche Studios? It will say
the logo
right.
is TS.
Touche Studios. So good job, Touche Studios, in figuring this out. I don't know who exactly made this mechanic. Touche is quite an accomplished game maker, logic wizard of his own right. And I know he's got highly capable people on his team, but like this is quite a feat. So definitely lots of credit for that.
I dropped the link for Touche Studios in the chat.
There you
Go stock them online. Super rad stuff going on all the time.
Just barely.
Just barely cool stuff.
No. I beat it just
rude.
barely. I beat it just
rude.
barely. That was it was a bit sweaty there. Touche says, woke is the mastermind. I don't have the chops for this one. LOL. Got me sweating with those jumps. Stalk me. That's what Touche said. I'm not saying stalk me. Touche is saying to stalk him.
Sure you're not.
Well, good job, Woke Zombie, because this is a lot of logic going on. There's things that I could think of like potential ways of making it work, but the things that I'm thinking of, I don't know how well they would actually work, because they would involve things that are maybe more logic, like it would be too much going on potentially. I don't know. I haven't tried it. But the kind of messages that you would need to go out, like, I have ideas, but making it actually work practically is what the heck is this pattern? Okay, I thought 14 or 13 was bad, but 14, what the heck is going on?
Who knows?
It's like it's some dots. There's a line going left to right, and then there's
rows
like
of dots.
It's like a colander pattern where they're like offset from each other and they're progressing forward.
Think about it like a checkerboard. It's a checkerboard moving across.
Yeah, but with gaps in it, so it's just
because
annoying.
It's black and red checkerboard.
It's super. Where did that one come from? Wait, note blue turns to red. Oh, yeah, no, I knew that part. I just This one's tough. Good grief. Let's go again. Okay, there's that. It's sometimes you also just have to take this super slowly.
Patient
My
Pete.
my instinct is to like run through these as fast as possible, but darn it. I thought I was close enough. My instinct is to like go with like gut reaction speed, but the because of the grid nature of the motion, it's not, you can't like time the reaction the same way as you would like a car race or something. That was dumb. I saw the line. I knew I shouldn't have done that.
Touche says you have 90 seconds on the later levels to help with the pacing because they definitely get harder from here on out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. I love how when it kills me, it goes, cool, wow. I mean, it doesn't kill me, but it gives me a game
in your
over.
face. Yeah. It's like, cool, wow, great job. Like, you can stop.
Much
now.
wow, great loss. Big dumb.
Very excite.
We got this. We got this.
Oh.
I saw my mistake.
Ninja fingers. Wow.
That should have got me. I was too lucky in that moment. I did it. What the heck was that? When did you get a soundboard?
What? That wasn't me.
Oh wait, is that the Discord call gives you that soundboard?
Yes. Discord.
Lucas is gonna turn into my shock jock producer.
Oh man, that's the dream right there.
Okay, this one is a blender. So if I just I thought I could outpace it, but it spun a little too fast.
The flames over the cake, or over the candles, looks really good.
Right. I thought I got away with it, and then it was like, no, I saw that.
It delayed the reaction. It was just like
it delayed the game over.
I say,
and I was like, ha, 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 I tricked you, and then it's like, no, I still got you.
False sense of confidence, a little bit of security. Rip that rug out. Oh. Mm. 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 Mm.
Shh. You're making it worse. That one wasn't too bad because it was a pretty easy pattern to visualize, but it does the rotation is not a smooth rotation because of the grid locking of it, so it's like slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast with the pattern. So it's a little, it's very easy to see where they're gonna go, but guessing how fast they're gonna get there is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Oh boy, is it bouncing in and out, or is it? Oh, they're crossing, and then one's moving up there. So great. Don't like this pattern. Ugh.
Mm.
So like if you're finding a hard time if you're having a hard time finding a way to get to blue blocks that you can see, just wait a couple seconds and they'll like change position for a better angle.
I like the timer delay. It's like, it gives you a little bit of a countdown. And all right, you can now select your next level.
Yeah, I think it probably needs that cooldown time to like
Well,
make
absolutely.
some
It's
logic
resetting.
stuff happen, but the fact
Yeah.
that it tells you how much time you have is good.
Yeah. And also because it kind of gives you that feeling that things are happening behind the scenes while you're sitting there. It's not just wasted time. This is setup time that's necessary.
Okay, so the flower's going clockwise and there's a line.
Flower is going clockwise, just skipping from corner to corner.
Yeah.
It's
Where'd
like
the line go? There's the line. Nah. I didn't remember seeing it going in that corner there. I didn't see it up here. It just.
On that note, I have to take my leave.
All right, Lucas. Thank you for hanging out with us. We'll see you Saturday for the Game Jam Awards.
Thank you for having me.
Have a good rest of your week.
Bye, everyone.
All right. So. Wait. Oh, I already selected it. What? I swear that flower was over in the other corner. We can do this. We got 3 left after this one. We're going to get it. We're going to do all of them. Wait. Okay, I think it was having like a little issue firing there, but after a second it gets sorted. But there's infinite mode too. We're not going to talk about that yet. we beat the story first, and then we try infinite mode. Watching somebody else play is more stressful than playing yourself. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, it goes in and then back out, and the middle always stays red. Okay, okay, so I got time to do that, and then get those, and get that, and that. Da, da, da. Easy, he said. This one doesn't feel so bad. Yeah. 18 was a piece of cake. Get it? Cake. Is it a wait? Is it it's a fan spinning on top of an X? It's just like malicious. You just gotta get it, let it get a little bit ahead of you. Aha! Hey, Adam Sale. 13 to 17 were the hard ones. Okay. All right, we're here at number 20. What is going on with the light there? It looks like it's looping up here. Is there another light that's overlapping that? Like, oops. Sorry, I got distracted. What is going on here? Is there a second, is there like a spotlight over the cake here that's crossing this? Because it's weird to see like a loop. Okay, it's sending diagonal lines crossing through the middle. Okay, and then it changes to horizontal. I'm guessing that those spin each time. Yeah, and then they're diagonal again. And then they're going to be horizontal again. Yep. Got it. That was too close. Did it. Best party ever. This is actually a really good game. I have no criticisms, only this is amazing. And I mean, there's some moments where it feels like the tiles don't quite fire exactly right. Um Not super often. For the most part, they seem really super consistent, amazingly more consistent than I can imagine setting up effectively. So super duper impressive. I hope you showed your account manager this so that way they can make sure you get officially published, whether it's a Steve Aoki themed thing or not. Because this is just a really good game. Needs music, obviously. That's not your fault. Um, what else? What else? Something that could be better. Gotta tell you what to improve. Gotta critique it. I don't know, more sound effects when you like little clicky sound effects when you jump on the tiles. Can you trigger a sound effect on collision? I don't remember. Make it do a little click 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 when you collect them. That'd be cool. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do that with relation to the crowd event. Um, Soon TM. Yeah, self-publishing. It's a big deal. Sometimes I encounter people who are like asking them, like they have complaints about not being able to publish on their land, and I'm like, it's like so soon. Like I wish I could explain how soon it is, but I can't say yet. I mean, there's the landowner. Um, there was that article they released on Medium about all the stuff for landowners for this year. Oh, there's a whoop. Oh, and I love these like fruit slices and stuff. I didn't see those earlier. Kiwi and lime and stuff. Assets are super cute. Everything runs super smooth. Even with all the light and VFX. Yeah, even with all the light and VFX, my stream is still running at a perfect speed. I don't know if that's a 0.83 improvement or if your game is just that well optimized compared to what other people have made. DJ says, nice job partying out there. I can keep going for as long as you want. Just let me know when you're all partied out and we can call it a night. I think I'll keep partying. I can't for too long. I have to go get my daughter ready for bed. Where's the infinite mode? I don't remember. Is it? I forgot how to do infinite mode. Challenge mode. Okay. I gotta go over here. Need some minor bug fixes to account for stuck messages and toggle behaviors that I overlooked. Was what I was worried about. Oh yeah, I saw that conversation on Slack. Yeah, it made me think. What you were saying made me think, oh, maybe this is the reason for some other things. And I realized that you're talking about 0.8 and the other people's were having issues were in 0.7. So probably not the same thing. But game will end when you step on a red tile. Start challenge mode. Let's go. Let's go. See how long I last. Probably not very long. I mean, as long as I'm careful with it, right? Does the pattern like change up a lot? Or is it kind of like more consistent waves? Oh, I see it changed. Oh boy. See, it's dangerous being at the edges because that's usually where the changes come from. Of course, I can also just hang out on the green forever. You should make it so that way the greens change up every once in a while. Have them like turn to yellow. Like blink yellow. Because they're like dying. Either because you no! How was I supposed to know? Have them like blink yellow. Your high score was 36. So I just got a 25. I was talking while I was doing it. So I got to beat Touche's score. Didn't have time, but it was in the original intention. Yeah. So like have the green blocks like blink yellow, either because you've used them or just like over time have them like decay. And you could either make it so that way they come back in different places or they're gone forever. And then you just have an all gray floor to deal with. Either way, I think that could be fun. It could be like different levels of challenge almost. All right, I got to beat 36. There's a lot going on. uh. Ah. Okay, I'm at 33. Stress. 37. I beat Touche. That means I win. Let's see if I can get to 42. 38. 40. Danger! 42. That was close. Ah! Oh, that didn't count? I thought that was going to give me a game over. Yeah. Woo! Ah! What was your high score? What was Woke Zombie's high score? I was being a little careless at the end there. 73? I can do 73. Let's do 73. It's just because I'm a gamer. And I'm competitive. Oh, different green. Ooh. That was dangerous. No. All right. I really need to get my daughter to bed, but I'm having a ton of fun. This is like infinitely replayable. For those of you who don't know, well, I guess I'll say this: the one of the challenges that faces creators in the sandbox, and the thing that I don't see a lot of people trying to do is make games that are like really super replayable. And we saw there was a lot of fun to be had with trying to race in Race Maze, because because it was a race and we couldn't have multiplayer races in it, but we could have two people competing for faster times, which is what Panda and Joe and I did on stream so many times. We had a ton of fun with that, and so that was super replayable because of that competitive aspect. One way that you can really ramp up how competitive your game is, how challenging your game is, and how replayable it is to add some form of randomization, which is not the easiest thing when we don't have a random function, right? We don't have a built-in way to say draw a random number or spawn a random thing. But we do have all the tools to make randomization happen. Now, I myself haven't built randomization tools in the more recent versions. I had worked on like the really old way that Cyber Dragon figured out by using bird behavior to like sense different things, like the basically being like a clock face or like a spinning wheel to do random stuff. And a lot has changed since that, and that method of doing it doesn't even really work that well anymore. Um, so I mean, you still could do that, but it's different now. Or the better way is different now. So this is a great randomization setup. It's working super efficiently. It's not causing any lag for my computer. Um, it's working beautifully. So applause all around there. For those who didn't see my announcement about the Wiziverse stuff, we're working on a roguelike. We have working multiple levels of a dungeon where each room is randomized. You get random enemies, and each time that you play, there's permadeath. So if you die, you have to take a new path. So you can't just keep on spamming through to get to the end. You're going to have to learn and adapt with each new challenge and learn different things that you can encounter along the way, because you're not going to encounter every enemy type on the first try. So I love linear game experiences. You know, I love Super Mario Brothers and Sonic the Hedgehog and all these games that have, you know, kind of like a muscle memory aspect to them. Super Meat Boy, where you know you play over and over again and really refine until you know the pattern really well. But I also really love roguelikes. So I'm excited to see Touche Studios here with an amazing randomization factor in their games here. My team's really excited to hopefully later this summer be launching a beta event for our experience to show you the Wiziverse in a roguelike dungeon. So I think there's really super cool stuff coming down the pipeline for sandbox creators. I think a lot of us are reaching kind of a maturity level in development in the sandbox platform. A lot of us have been here for 2-3 years, you know, since the Game Maker came out, and we're really starting to see the things that are possible even with the small tool set. So I'm super pumped. It's going to be a fun summer. So, well, Zombie says the code machine is one of my proudest achievements here because I've not seen anyone do that mechanic yet. Seen a version with askers, but that's more limited. The code machine. That's really intriguing. When Discord open, we're opening the Discord up on Saturday. I might open it up Friday night. We'll see. We'll see how close it is to being ready. There's some changes we're making along the way, and we're just letting the people in the beta group kind of vibe and have some fun in there. And it's going to be open up for everybody on the weekend. Glad you enjoyed it. You're much better than me at this game. I mean, I play games for a living, although I guess a bunch of us do. So, any video around the Wiziverse? Not really yet. I mean, we have some like internal recordings of like the game mechanics as they're being developed. The roguelike that we're working on is called Seeker or 0x Seeker. Is it's not super polished yet. Like, I mean, there's a lot of assets to make for it. What we have right now is kind of like a very advanced tech demo. So we there's still a lot going on there and a lot of lore to write. But there's going to be stuff coming for that soon. But first, we need to do the Wizzy 10K because that's how I'm going to pay Half Dork to finish making the game. So yeah, let's go. Let's do that. Anyway, have a great night, everybody. Thank you, Touche Studios, for making such an awesome game. I had a fun time. Thank you also, Roxy Miguel. Your game was hilarious. And best of luck with the judges on the Steve Aoki Game Jam. Have a good night, everybody. And oh, somebody was streaming. Who said that they were streaming? I told somebody that I would raid them if they were still on when I was done. We're going to go to our outro screen here. The escape room artist. That's right. Are they still on? Let's find out. They are still live. All right, so go have fun with the escape room artist. I will see you all on Saturday for this multiplayer parkour game jam awards.